On behalf of the board of the Trevor Huddleston Center, we welcome you all. And I'd like the members to indicate with a hand, just to say they agree with me that we welcome you. Please indicate with a hand. These are the board members. We welcome also, especially the British Deputy High Commissioner, Mr. Martin Reynolds. Can you stand up a bit? We acknowledge all cultural icons here today who have long-standing links with Sophia-town. Mama Dorothy, can you please stand up? Who has agreed to perform to us today. There is also a long list of apologies, including Bradon Matera, Lebu Mashile, and I cannot be able to mention all of them, but we trust that they'll be with us in their spirit. I'll call upon a board member to set the scene for this congregation here.
South Africa today is a very different place than when we began in 1999, not least because this area, Triumph as it was known, Sophia-town, was largely an area where few black people lived. Unlike its illustrious and sometimes idolized life in the 1930s, at mid-1950s, it was, I am told, an extremely quiet suburb with lots of dogs barking. My father was one of the archdeacons, well, not my father, but the writer. Among us here today are current residents. Some have lived here for more than 50 years, and former residents who lived here more than 50 years ago. We greet you all today and thank you for the journey you have taken to be with us physically and psychologically. A journey of the mind as well as a journey of the heart and of the soul. We are the new South Africa, and our children and grandchildren will take from us what they see as the roadmap for the future. That is why we are here today to put another piece of that roadmap here. Sophia-town Motswako, meaning the mix of Sophia-town, has been re-established through this forthcoming groundbreaking ceremony. This ceremony sets the tone for the values we wish to highlight on our roadmap for the youth and those coming behind the generation of the elders. These are not new values, since they are drawn from the Freedom Charter, at which Father Huddleston was present and given the highest award of honor. These values are equity of opportunity, mutual respect, dignity for all, equality before the law, access to learning, work, and security. In essence, this new building will present a place where people will truly experience the fact that South Africa belongs to all who live in her, and where the doors of learning and culture are open. The Trevor Huddleston Center Board have established a new entity, Sophia-town Motswako Enterprises, to manage and develop the new building and advance the aims of the Huddleston Memorial Center in promoting opportunities for our country and our country's youth in the green economy space. SME for short, begins life this very morning. We are seeking collaboration with investors, partners, and other actors in the green space. So we invite you to get in touch with SME's directors through the Sophia-town.net website. If you have a network we could join for a common aim, i.e. to create jobs and opportunities in small businesses, particularly for youth enterprises, then click on that website. On this site, we will be bringing opportunities to the fore, enterprise incubation and support on one side, and cultural and creative opportunities on the other. A kind of 24/7 operation with an amazing mix of activities which brings us closer to greater equity among our people, both economically and socially, as well as spiritually and democratically. This site will provide access to new opportunities for young people which they must grab. Those opportunities and create and innovate further opportunities and set South Africa on the path to green economy domination in the best sense, and work for our continent's sustainability as a real possibility in their lifetime. This will be the first community-based, youth-focused incubator for green business in South Africa. I personally hope to see many young women in and out of this space, setting the pace for doing green business, reflecting the values of our Constitution. I want to thank you and all those who have inspired us, funded us, prayed for us, for the Trevor Huddleston Memorial Centre board and team. Without you, we would not be here today. It is the Western area's social history that informs us of its potential as a vibrant hub of self-reliance, being connected and integrated within our neighbourhoods and reflecting the best South Africa can offer. As O.R. Tambo, one of Trevor Huddleston's greatest friends, said, "Let us be united in our diversity, because together we are stronger."
I came to this area at the age of 2. I was born in Moruleng in Northwest, hence my little Setswana I know. And in growing up, I started speaking Sophia-town, which helped me quite a lot as I grew older. I was introduced, as I grew up, into the word apartheid. At the age of 5, soon after I reached that age in June, my parents decided to send me to a school called Nuclear Colored School, mention the word colored. And around me they were all blacks. So when I went to school for my first day, they put me into an Afrikaans school classroom. For 2 years, my parents didn't know that I'm in Afrikaans classroom. As far as I'm concerned, I'm going to school. But that same year, British royalty was coming to South Africa. At that time, Princess Elizabeth, entourage. So they gave us this little Union Jack flags. 1947, that's correct. And we marched down Stapler Street, Downing Street, towards Modibani High School, the past the police station, main road. We stood there, and I thought in my short pants, I still remember that. What am I doing here? I don't know what I'm waving the flag. I don't know what the flags mean. Anyway, we went back. That's my induction to Sophia-town. Anyway, as we grew older, we started realizing what was happening. Then we saw the slogans all over the world. Unban Dr. Dadu, unban J.B. Marks, so forth. So as I grew up, they called for a discussion on the Freedom Charter. What I thought at the time was people dressed in a black, green and gold, people in smart suits sitting under trees, and that we were playing because there's no playing facilities in that. And I thought they were church group. Latterly, I found out it wasn't. They were discussing the adoption of the Freedom Charter, which was mentioned earlier. And when the Kwela was introduced at that time, they used to take people, put their head down and throw them inside for passes and so forth. I grew up with that type of violence for state violence. And I soon became very politicized. In 1955, when the first removal started from Sophia-town, They built a road at the top of Nuclear overnight. I found that it was by the South African Engineering Corps. Why? Because they were going to bus people from Sophia-town via there to Meadowlands. Then as we were watching there, people in trucks used to pass that street, and they said, on Pola here, on Sporada, Meadowlands. I thought of here would know about that. Now that's all in my memory. That was my induction to play. In 1956, when the treason trial started, Sophia-town was all empty in December. Who provided people to go to Trolon? Stigidik. The Marasha people were there, Victoria blankets with a crown at the back, and batters we had, singing and so forth. I went into exile in 1963. When I went into 63, I met Robbie Gesha and spoke to him for the first time in my life. And he already molded people in that area. He molded them to a certain extent. All the musician people like King Kong, some of them are still my friends, and I see all of these sitting there, and so forth. In 1960, the very first concert took place after Sharpeville. And I bought a flyer, and the other one is I organized a concert when I went to exile for Dudu Pukona and that, raising funds for the ANC. I don't know who's going to take this on behalf of the... Can I hand you this flyer? 1960, there's the first flyer and there's the other one. So the other people I want to very briefly mention, besides Robbie Gesha, is Ken Temba. Ken Temba was my teacher in matric at Congress School. All my teachers were Congressites in the 60s. The emergencies, that's my introduction to Sophia-town and to people. Now the work which you are undertaking and the building which you are constructing, I'm all for it, and whatever I can, I will try and help.
This is the beauty that Tobiansky saw when he walked these plains. He could see that there is a legendary happening about to happen in the near future. And today, we stand here as young people and the older ones to celebrate a ceremonial happening that is called Mutsoko the Hap. Halala Kofifi, halala! Halala! He walked these plains to betroth it and become one with it and called it Sophia. And today we represent it and we say it is a triumph to Sophia-town. Halala Sophia-town, halala! Halala! Ke lebogile bana ba mmala wa sebilo. ke lebogile batho ba modimo ka jeno le modimo re lebogile o re phuthile ka mokana ga rena gore re tle re tlo celebrate re tle re tlo amogela. Thank you to everyone who came about. Thank you to every young person who's representing a history in making. Tomorrow we will stand in that house that will stand there, that which we will call Motswako the Hub, which is ours, which belongs to everyone else. And we say, let us take it with greatness and harmony. Halala Sophia-town, halala! Halala Sophia-town, halala! Kofi Kasper, halala!
I'm very happy to be singing with Baby because I'm right here. Okay, our first song is about Sophia-town. One thing that I've realized is, okay, people might die, houses may be destroyed, but one thing stands, the music. The music keeps on going and going. This is Sophia-town. Come on and come all at once. I'll leave my taters and my daras. Come to Sophia-town, go face. Now this is Sophia-town. Come on and come all at once. I'll leave my taters and my daras. Come to Sophia-town, go face. Sophia-town, go baby. And I say Sophia-town. Come on and come on, let us. All in my town, yes, in my dada. Come to Sophia-town, go baby. La la la, la 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 la. Baby.
falls, a flower grows. I believe that somewhere in the darkest night a candle glows. I believe for everyone who goes astray, someone will come to show the way. I believe, I believe, I believe in that storm, that little prayer can still be heard every time I hear a newborn baby cry, or touch a leaf, or see the sky. Then I know why I believe. Amen. Amen. This was the song of my days in Sophia-town that I'm talking about, the 40s. Hamba, hamba,
Joban, who you heard, former Sophia-town resident. They're also joined now by Grace Siriso, also a former Sophia-town resident. Gavin Aked, joined by Dennis Lakahan, who is a current resident of Sophia-town, who's lived here for 50 years.